Shalom, shalom. Shalom to the saints, man. So the title of this lesson is going to be The Great and Terrible. All right, so we're going to really get into the accounts of who we're really dealing with out here, man, because the so-called Christian church makes it seem as if we're dealing with an effeminate God as well as an effeminate Jesus Christ, man. So we're going to really rightly divide the word of truth and see what's going on as far as the text. So we're going to start off with a favorite, a classic, one of my favorite verses right here, Psalms 94:16. Bring it out up.
All right. The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
See, man, like I was saying, it's really one of my favorite verses in this, just because it's really not one that many brothers go to. Some do, but it just kind of puts me in the mindset of war. Almost like stand up or lay down. Either you're gonna be for the Most High, or either you're gonna be for the world, right? So matter of fact, I thought about a good precept the brother brought out last week, man. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6, man. Bring that out real quick. Chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6. Start right there, verse 10. We're going to read down a little bit.
Okay. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the powers of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
So we got to put on the whole armor of God, and it's going to go into that right here of what the whole armor of God is. Read on.
Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
So we're wrestling against spiritual wickedness in high places, right? So we got to make sure we have on the whole armor of God, which entails is this word, man. Read on.
Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
We're in the evil day right now, man. We're in the last days, those evil days. If you can't tell we're in those days right now, I don't know where you're at, man. You got to pull your head out the white man's behind, man. So it's more into that. You can read on down. This is a favorite of mine as well. Ephesians chapter 6, man. You should read it on your own. If we had time to read the whole thing, we would. But we're gonna move on with the lesson. Bring this out right here. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28.
The book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and the body in hell.
So what is Yahweh saying right here? Fear not them which kill the body, right? So man, can kill the body, but man cannot kill the soul. He's saying you should fear the Most High, who can kill the body and the soul, right? And what does it mean to fear the Most High? Of course, a classic that we go to a lot is Psalms 111 and 10. We don't have to get it. We know it. Keep the commandments. That's your fear and your understanding, right? I want to, matter of fact, let me get Luke chapter 12. It reads a little better. I like the way it reads as well. Give me just a second. Luke chapter 12, right here. Let's go. Let's read verse 4 through 5.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse 4. And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. But I will forewarn you, whom ye shall fear. Fear him, which after he hath killed, hath power to cast into hell. Yea, I say unto you, fear him.
Right. So again, what Yahweh is saying right here, the soul or the spirit is what's valuable, man. You know, the flesh means nothing. It's gonna waste away one day. You know, we gotta understand that. The Most High has the ability to destroy what's the valuable as well as the invaluable, right? So we must fear the Lord, man, which of course we just went into is keeping the commandments and the faith in Yahweh Shai. Psalms 111 and 10, Revelations 14 and 12. You know, that's how we show that we fear him. You know, we can't physically go up there and get a Most High hug and give him some chocolate covered strawberries, man. The Lord not dealing with chocolate covered strawberries. So we got to show that we fear him by keeping the commandments, right?
Salah.
Go ahead, King.
Did you have John 6 and 63 just to go on the point of
I don't think I got that.
killing the body?
Let's grab that, King. Just a second. Come on, bring that out.
It's the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. And it reads, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life."
Yeah, it's the spirit. It's the spirit that really matters, man. You know?
Right.
So you go ahead, Art.
Most definitely. Right, man. Excellent precept, brother, man. You know, Yahweh Shai brought it out. You know, it's plain, man. It's the spirit that means something, right? It says the flesh profiteth not a thing. You know, the words that he's speaking unto us, which is the holy oracles, which is this Bible, they are what's spiritual, and they are what's going to give you life, eternal life, right? That's plain, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's get Isaiah chapter 8 and 13.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 13. "Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread."
So let the Lord be your dread, be what what you dread, what you're scared of, your fear, right? You know, because as we can tell, man, if you look out in society, man, there's no fear of the Lord in the earth. That's why the brother brought out a great lesson on Monday. That's why the Lord raises up these nations, man. You know, because of course he do what he want to do, according to Isaiah 55 and 10. You know, brother brought that out in Romans chapter 9. The Lord does what he wants to do, you know, but he raises up these nations so he can come back and show his power in the earth. And that's the same thing he's doing here in the last days, right? Let's bring this out right here. Psalm chapter 76 and verse 7.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 76 and verse 7. "Thou, even thou, art to be feared, and who may stand in the sight when once thou art angry?"
So what man is gonna stand in the sight when the Lord get mad? This is a rhetorical question. Nobody, man. The great and terrible, right? Nobody is gonna be able to stand in front of the Creator when he is angry. You know, the scripture says, well, let's bring it out. Keep reading in verse 8.
Verse 8, "Thou didst cause judgment to be heard from heaven. The earth feared and was still."
Man, it says the earth feared. The earth feared and was still, man. That's amazing to me, man. The earth really has more sense than our people, man. You know what I'm saying? The earth know that it must fear the Most High, man. You know, because he is the one and only creator that created the earth, right? I had brought out some images, man, that I was looking up last week, man, just to show some of the great atrocities and things like that, these powerful storms and stuff that the Most High only has the ability to do. So this was a 7.0 earthquake in Alaska, man. It tore up the roads, man. It was just amazing to me. I was just looking through this the other day, man, and Got some more images. This is a F5 tornado back in 2011, man, when I had came back to see my folks from college. Man, I had been living in, you know, Pleasant Grove for like 7 years. So I knew my whole way around the city, man. You know, but after the tornado had came through Pleasant Grove, I had to use the GPS to get home because I didn't recognize the thing, man. Nobody but the Lord has that type of power, man. Now I know the so-called white man got his heart and he's manipulating the weather and this, that, and the third, but only the Most High has this type of power to bring, you know, to bring this about, man. But I do believe in you know, in that the wicked white man is out there manipulating, you know, the weather and things like that. Look at this, man. Look at this. Over 200 miles per hour for EF5 tornado. That's crazy, man. Let's see. Give me Acts chapter 5, verse 29.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 25. No, it's chapter 5 and verse 29. And it reads, when Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man.
So Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High, man. So how do we find out about the Most High? I was listening to something earlier, you know, because I'm always listening to, you know, different lessons and things like that from different various brothers. But the sister was saying that she believes in the Lord and Christ, but she said she's never read the Bible. How is that even possible, man? How do you know what it means to believe? She says through her experiences in life, she knows that she believes in the Lord. No, you get your belief and you get your understanding and your wisdom from the Bible, man. That's how you know what it means to believe, right?
That's right.
That's how you know what it means to follow the Most High. How do you fear him? You have to get and find throughout the oracles what it means to fear God. People just out here saying they fear God and they being totally disobedient, right? So we have to rightly divide the word of truth so we can know what it means to fear the great and terrible. So we're gonna get some accounts, man, of the characteristics of the Most High, right? What we got right here. All right, so what this is going into right here, so this is going into Korah's rebellion, right? Which was one of the children of Israel, right? He was part of the nation, but they rebelled against Moses and the children of Israel, right? They felt like Moses was being too hard on them. So they led a rebellion, right? Let's see how the Most High handled it. Let's see. Start right here in Numbers 16 and 28. And we're going to run through this real quick. We're going to grab about 5 or 6 verses.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 28. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them in my own mind.
Read on.
If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited by the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me.
That's plain. Read on.
But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open up her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Most High.
Right. So Moses speaking to the people and letting them know, like, hey, if the Lord do this miraculous work and he open up the earth, open the earth up, right, and swallow them up, like you swallowing some food, man. If he does that, then you will know that these men have went off. You're gonna know that they provoked the Lord. Read on.
Verse 31. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them.
Mm-hmm.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah, and all their goods.
So the Lord opened up the earth in front of all the people. Because he was showing the children of Israel too, hey, look, man, I'm not playing. You know, I meant what I said. You follow me, I'm going to give you milk and honey. I'm going to give you these lands. I'm going to give you these nations. These nations are going to bow down to you. I'm going to help you to conquer kings, man, right? We're going to conquer their lands. But if you disobey me, then you're going to feel my wrath, the great and terrible. Read on.
Verse 33, they and all that appertain to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed them up, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up also.
Read through 35.
Verse 35, and there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense.
So a fire came out as well and consumed the 250 men that offered incense, right? So, you know what I'm saying, just to piggyback to summarize what we just went over, Korah, you know, and a couple other men, Dathan, I believe, and Abiram was leading a rebellion against Moses. It was really against the Most High, right? And convinced many of the children of Israel. So the Lord opened up his mouth, the earth, and it swallowed them up. Moses was like, if this happened, you're going to know that they went off, man. You're going to know that they provoked the Lord to anger. And that's what happened, man. This is just one of the many accounts, and we're going to get more. You know, but one thing I find very interesting, just reading through the scriptures, is that the different accounts, specifically in the Old Testament, right, that the Most High had to kill a lot of Israelites, basically due to the fact that they were a counsel to the nation, man. They were a counsel to how the Most High was trying to mold his people, man, to righteousness, right? You know, they were a counsel. So it kind of reminds me, matter of fact, of when Paul spoke about mortify your members in the book of Colossians. I believe that's chapter 3, verse 5 on down. Or when Yahushua, the righteous, did a parable regarding your eye and your hand, if it offends you, to cut it off in the book of Matthew chapter 5. You know, the reason I was kind of going into that is because basically, man, we got to leave people behind. That's our counsel to our lives and what we've been called to do, right? So we've been called to do this work, man. The Most High, it's a miraculous thing that the Lord has woke us up to this truth, man. We can't take this for granted, or we'll get sifted out this thing, right? So we gotta keep pushing, do the work. And lately, I've been noticing myself, man. I was talking to my kinfolk about this. That's in the faith as well. Like my friends and my family, I don't really be having nothing to talk about with them no more because they not talking about this, right? So man, I've been kind of leaning toward people who want to talk about the word, man. That's all that's on my mind all day, you know. But not to go off on a tangent, man. Let's get back into the text. Romans chapter 13, starting at the top.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High.
There is no power but of the Most High, right? The white man don't even have no power unless it's the power that God gives him. Keep reading.
The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
Are ordained of the Most High. So the reason that the so-called white man is in rulership because the Most High ordained it like that. That's how he has it set up to fulfill his purpose. Read on.
Verse 2, whosoever therefore riseth the power, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the Salakia, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
So you got to trust what the Most High is doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not saying we need to be kissing the so-called white man's behind, but, you know, he has this set up for a reason, man. You know, you still got to follow him. This is for, you know, basically, of course, the children of Israel, people going off, the reason that he's in rulership. This is a base people that's in rulership over us, that we're better than in everything we do. So you know this got to be spiritual. We're better than the so-called white man at everything, man. Whether you understand and believe it or not, we smarter than them. They done took all our inventions. You know, we better than them at every sport. We make up all the sports. You know, and they just make money off our ignorance. But keep reading. Let's see what else. Let's read through verse 5 up.
Verse 3. For the rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
Right. Keep reading.
Wherefore ye must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for the conscience sake.
But also for conscience sake, man. So what this going into, this is for our good, man. You know what I'm saying? What the so-called white man mean for evil, the Most High is doing it for our good, man. He molding us, you know. For gold is tried in the fire, man, in the furnace of men for adversity, man. So we going through adversity so we can be made fine gold. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to keep pushing, man. Keep pushing, keep trusting in the Lord, right? Let's get the next one. Let's get some more of the wrath of the Most High, right? Let's get Deuteronomy 32 and 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 26. I said, I would scatter them into corners. I would make them remembrance of them to cease from being from among men.
Hey, the great and terrible, man. The great and terrible. What is the Most High bringing out right here? What is Moses telling the children of Israel right here? Right? What is going on right here? So to put in the context, the Most High has really made the whole world forget that we are who we are. The great and terrible, right? Because we went off, our people went off, the children of Israel went off. Almost to the point, if you come out and say who you are, you can jeopardize your job. You can jeopardize your image, your life, right? You will be hated upon. Your own family will turn against you, right? For you to saying that we are the chosen people, man. We are the Israelites. You so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and natives of Negro and Indian descent, you are the Israelites, man. God's chosen people. Now those elite, the elite and the people in the major circle, and the brother done brought this out many times, they know who we are. And they spend billions to keep our people occupied in sin and deception. Just yesterday, man, it was so-called Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day stems from wickedness, man. You know, and our people are hypnotized off these holidays, man. You know, and that's just one of the many deceptions that the so-called white man continues to promote to keep us from turning to this right here, what we doing, right? Let me get a precept that I thought about real quick. Get this precept. 6. Let's see. Is this what I want? Yeah, let's bring this out real quick.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 37. Yea, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils.
My bad. Let's read 35. That's what I want.
Verse 35. But will mingle among the heathen and learn their works.
and learn their works, man. So we're mingled among the heathens all over the world. But we're gonna stick where we are right now. We're mingled among the so-called white man. The other nations are here as well. And we have picked up their customs, their works, right? Read verse 36.
Verse 36, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
Right, so man, I know I keep harping on this, but just think about how it is, how terrible it is, right? You know, to tell your people they are who they are and they don't believe it, man. It's no way, man. I've talked to some people and it's like, it's no way that we can be God's people. What, us? Us niggers? No, man. Us people that are in the slums and the ghettos and the trenches? Oh man, there's no way. There's no way, man. You know, but they accept being called an African American or a nigger or a spick or Afro-American or all these bywords that have been placed on our people before being told that they are the greatest people to ever walk this planet, man. Great and terrible. Great and terrible. He has made, you know, the remembrance of us to cease among the nations, among the world, amongst our people, man. It just, matter of fact, it makes me kind of think about what a good brother always tell me, man, and he on here as well, man. You know, we have to be thankful that the Most High gave us the increase to understand. Most people just don't get it, man, and it's not for them what it really comes down to, right? You see. Bring it out one more time, out Deuteronomy 32 and 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 26. And it reads, I said, I would scatter them into corners. I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
So he will make the remembrance of the Israelites to cease from among men. Right? Let's get some curses real quick, man. Let's see the great and terrible, man. So this is for verse 15. Bring this out real quick, Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Because the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the brother went into this Monday as well, man. And, you know, just to harp again on what he said, man, if you haven't read Deuteronomy 28, you should read Deuteronomy 28. You should read this. But right here, verse 15, it says that all these curses will come upon thee and overtake you if you don't keep the commandments, right? So let's read some. We're just going to get a few. Read this right here in verse 32 out.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So let's put this in the context in today's time. So those of us who have children, what if your children didn't come home one day? What if your children didn't come home, right? And it says right here, you will fail with longing for them all the day long, meaning you'll be looking for them and you can't find them, right? And there's going to be nothing that you can do about it. That happened to our people, man. In slavery, it did. And it's really, you know what I'm saying, happening to our people today. You know, some of our people are coming, trying to get over to America, which is a better place for them than where they're coming from. And they're losing their children, man. Right? It's still going on, whether you understand and believe it or not. Let's get a couple more. Let's see. Let's get this one right here, verse 61.
Verse 61. Also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
So every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the Bible, Them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. If you look at the statistics, man, we make up every negative statistic across the board, man. Our people do, right? Every negative statistic, every sickness, we make up. You know what I'm saying? We you know, we're doggone near leading in those categories, man. Why? Because we didn't keep the commandments. Let's get one more. This is going to be the last one. Verse 64.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thy nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Right. For all those people who celebrated Valentine's Day yesterday, you're serving other gods, man. We're just going to call it what it is. It's even going into right here, some of the two top religions over the world, you know, wood being Christianity and stone, you know, that's coincide to the Islam faith, man. Our people are in those things heavily, man. Right? They're serving other gods, not the God of this Bible. Because if they were serving the God of this Bible, they'll be knowing and doing what it's saying, man.
That's right.
But they're in these churches serving other gods, man. And we're gonna call it what it is. Let's get yeah, this is what I want right here. Let's Daniel chapter 9, verse 7.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee.
Because why?
Because they have trespassed against thee.
Because we have trespassed against the Most High, man. Right? The great and terrible, man. We have trespassed the Most High, right? Keep reading.
Verse 8. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee.
Because we have sinned against thee. Keep reading.
To the Lord our God belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him.
Read on.
Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God, to walk in his laws, which he has set before us by his servants, the prophets.
So we didn't obey the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his laws, which the prophets of old gave these words unto us, that he spoke to them. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
So the curse is poured upon us because we broke the oath that we made with Moses in the wilderness, right? Keep reading, verse 12.
Verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. So
the Most High, the great and terrible, man, brought up upon us a great evil that has never been done under heaven, man. Right? So whoever come out and say, well, everybody's been taken into slavery and all this crazy stuff, man. Look, it's never been an evil that has happened to another people that has happened to our people, man. That's what this is saying right here. Right? So, man, we have to understand who we dealing with, man. Again, this is the great and terrible God, man. The great and terrible. I had brought this up right here, man. This made me man, this is wicked, man. You know, but when the brother had brought out Monday about the so-called white man fooling with incest, you know, I was looking up some stuff and I found this. So what this is right here, and y'all can watch it on y'all own. I'm not finna play this, man. This is wicked. So this is a man right here, right? That has transformed himself into a dragon, right? So he alleges that he's had multiple surgeries, I believe, and supposedly his transformation isn't done yet, right? So the reason I brought this up, man, is because this is one of many confusions that even our people is dealing with, man. You know what I'm saying? And this lifestyle right here, along with all the other weird things that's going on in the earth, in this land and really all over the world, man, is promoted more than being a so-called black man in his right mind, right? It's sad, man. This place got to be destroyed, man. This dude right here has took on the persona of being a dragon. This place is finished, man.
Salah.
Go ahead, Doc.
Also, he is quote unquote transgender too. So I guess that he's a non-sex dragon now.
Right. He changed his sex, man. This place is finished, man. This is a mental. This dude need to be in the insane in the mentally ill hospital, man. But America has taught them that this is okay, man. Be who you want to be, man. Right? If you want to transform yourself to a man, to a roach, then you can do that, man. And who are we to judge him? Well, we're gonna judge him, man, because the Lord told us to. We definitely gonna judge him, and he's gonna get rebuked, right? Let's move on. 2nd Ezra chapter 7. I believe, yeah, 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 19.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 19. And he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, and none that hath understanding above the highest.
Right, so the Most High doesn't have a judge, man. He answers to no man. All the understanding coming from him. Keep reading.
For there be many that perish in this life, but they despise the law of God that is set before them.
So it's many that die in this life, man, because they hate God, man. That's basically what this is saying. They hate the word of God. They hate the laws of God. They hate correction. They hate reproof. So the Lord got to kill many because they won't turn. They won't turn to they won't turn to him, man. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 21. For the Most High have given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
So the Most High has given it to us straight. He wasn't giving it to us sideways. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't giving it to us where it was hard to understand. He gave us right and wrong, what to do to avoid his wrath, to avoid his punishment. Keep reading.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him.
They obeyed God.
They were not obedient unto him.
Read on.
But spake against him and imagined vain things.
And imagine vain things, man. They spoke against the Most High, man. They spoke against the Israelites, man. They were out there speaking the word. I'm gonna be real, man, and I'm gonna say it, man. Folks hate the Israelites, man. I'm starting to understand that more and more. And they hate us because they hate God, man. And Christ told you, you know, Yahweh Shah the righteous told you, man, if you follow me, you will be hated for all men. Keep reading.
Verse 23. And deceive themselves by their wicked deeds.
Deceive themselves by their wicked deeds, man. They said this is right, what they're doing. They said this is the right way, what they're doing. Keep reading.
And said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways.
and said that what you're doing is a lie, man. What you're doing is wrong, right? That's what they said, man. That's what they say about us. The life that we're living according to this Bible and striving to live, they said this is the wrong way, right? Keep reading.
Verse 24, but his laws have they despised and denied his covenants. In his statutes have they not been faithful and have not performed his works.
And have not performed his works, man. So when the great and terrible bring wrath to this world, man, they not gonna know what to do, man. But Lord willing, we gonna know what to do because we've been preparing, right? Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 17.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 17. And it reads, the Lord have done that which he had devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and have not pitied, and he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversaries.
Read one more time, Mark. I had a slight distraction. Read that again.
The Lord have done that which he have devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and have not pitied, and he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversaries. So yeah, so the Lord set up these people over you because your disobedience, man. Again, we went into that in Romans chapter 13, man. These other nations don't have no power except the power that the Most High gives them, man. Right? So we got to continue to turn back to him, man, so we don't have to feel that wrath in these last days, man. Let's see. I want right here. Deuteronomy chapter 32. Let's bring this out in verse 41. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 41.
Salah. Let me just say. Let's bring this out, Deuteronomy 32 and 46. I wanted to bring out 41 through 46, but we just gonna wrap it up. We'll get 46 and move on.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 46. And he said unto them, set your hearts unto all the words which I testify among you this day, which ye shall command your children to observe to do, all the words of this law.
So we got to set our heart aright, set our mind aright, right? To do all the things that are written to the best of our ability, man. So we'll have a fighting chance in these days, man, right? And we got to teach our children because the world is teaching our children to go off, man. You know, this stuff is in the cartoons, man. Different spells and things like that have been placed on our music. So we got to make sure we're constantly teaching ourselves, our family, and our children the words of life, man. Read verse 47.
Verse 47. For it is not a vain thing for you, because it is your life. And through this thing ye shall prolong your days in the land, whether ye go over Jordan to possess it. So this is not a vain thing, keeping the commandments, man. Keeping all the words of this law. Because it's our life, man, and it's gonna prolong our days, right? All right, let's get Job chapter 6 and verse 4. The book of Job, chapter 6 and verse 4. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me. The poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of the Most High do set themselves in array against me. All right, so we gotta, man, this is going into, again, the great and terrible, man. You know, that's what this is all about, man. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me. But
You know what I'm saying? Like we just went into in Deuteronomy chapter 32, man. We got to do all the words of this law to the best of our ability so we don't feel that wrath. Again, we're going into the great and terrible, man. And we getting the accounts because I hope we've gotten thus far, man, that the Lord is not dealing with, he's not effeminate, man. How the so-called Christian church make him to be. And he's not a so-called stringy hair white man. Right? Let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and our trust also are made manifest unto your conscience.
Right, so we know this is what Paul was bringing out right here, man. So knowing the terror of the Most High, man, of the Lord, we persuade men, right? So we're persuading men to change our life because we're reading of these accounts, man, of the terribleness of the Most High, right? So we got to continue to persuade our people the straight and narrow path, man. We got to continue to persuade men, right? We're wrapping it up, man. We got a whole lot of precepts, but you know, we definitely not gonna get all of them, but we just wanted to make sure we had enough for the list. Let's get this right here in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Let's see what I want. Man, this is amazing right here. We may have to get all this. Verse 29.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Keep reading.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
This is what's going to happen in these last days, man. So you got to get this account so you'll be prepared, man, right? That's what we're getting. That's what we're going into right now. It's going into really World War III, right? Keep reading.
Verse 32, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another.
You give me chills, man. So they're going to leave from fighting their own battle, and they're going to come to fight the Son of God, man. Right? This is what this is going into. Keep reading.
Verse 34, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. Right.
So they're thinking that they're going to beat the Son of God, man. Yahweh the righteous, man. That's what the minds of the people are going to be. They're going to turn against him to fight together, right? But they're going to fail, man. They're going to fail. And the brother done went into this many times. That's what all these movies about, man. These alien invasion movies and things like that. They're coming to, to try to fight against the Lord, man, and his troops, man. And we're going to get that in Habbakuk next in just a moment. Keep reading.
Verse 35, but he shall stand upon the top of Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
Come on, keep reading.
And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for the wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
Read through verse 38.
Verse 38, and I shall lay before them their evil thoughts and their torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto me.
So he's going to destroy them with the power given to him by his Father, man. He's going to destroy the nations, man. He going to make his name reign again in the earth because people have forgotten, man, and they got to be reminded. The so-called white man has been built up just to be thrown down, man, and at the end time and the great war. Let's get this in Habbakuk chapter 3 and verse 16.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 16. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops.
He will invade them with his troops, man. He said it's so terrible that I really want to be rested in that day. It's going to be a terrible thing, man. That we're going to really witness. Not necessarily we're going to witness. We don't know. We don't want to, say what's going to, when it's going to be or anything like that, because no man knows, not even the Son of God, right? But it's going to be a terrible day. We just know that, according to thus saith the Lord.
So just to go into, the movies and everything, bringing that out, the movie Predator is about the same thing. The Predators represents the angels of the Most High coming back. And as you see, they had dreads.
Yeah.
But, that's what that movie is really about.
I got to go back and watch that now that you brought that up. In the spirit. Let's get Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 31 and verse 5. And it reads, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
He will preserve Jerusalem, man. He will preserve the children of Israel, man. He's going to defend us in that day. He will deliver us in that day if we faithful. If we faithful, man, it's going to give us a fighting chance, man. We don't know whose name is written in the book, man, but, we got to give ourselves a fighting chance, man. We have to give ourselves a fighting chance. We can't put this on the back burner, man, because all this other stuff is going to fade away. This is the needs to be priority, man, right? See what else we got out here. Coming up on time in a minute. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I got to get this right here. What is it? Isaiah. Let's get this right here. Isaiah 47. Chapter 1 through 4.
Good. The book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. But thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Shoot, and the virgin daughter of Babylon is talking about this place right here. That's what it's talking about. It's talking about America. Keep reading.
Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Keep reading.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
So what it means, when it says that nakedness will be uncovered, meaning these philosophies, this deception, right? All these ideologies that our people are involved in, it's going to be revealed that they've been led down the wrong path, man. It's going to be revealed that they've been following other gods. They've been keeping these pagan days, man. All of this is going to be exposed. The Lord is going to pull up the dress of America, man, and expose all, everything, and expose the nakedness, right? Keep reading.
Thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
The Lord said he will take vengeance, man, and I will not meet thee as a man. Keep reading.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
The Holy One of Israel. This is not talking about all nations. This is future prophecy in the Old Testament. This is not for all people. This is for the children of Israel. If you don't claim to be the children of Israel, this is not for you.
It's a lot. So
Go ahead,
you ain't gonna be able to get in there as a African American?
It's over with. It's over. You're not gonna make it. If you are claiming to be an African, he's not dealing with African American. He's dealing with the children of Israel, who is our Redeemer. Right? Man, you hate when that's gonna come up. I'm bad, y'all. I'm having a few technical difficulties. I'll get this out of the way, man. All right, cool. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. And it reads, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Keep reading.
For by fire and by his sword would the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many."
And the slain of the Lord shall be many. The Lord is not coming back with kisses and hugs, man. He's not coming back. Jesus loves the little children. Red and yellow, black. No, the Lord is not dealing with that, man. He's not dealing with loving the little children. Right? He's not dealing with that. It says the slain of the Lord shall be many. The great and terrible God, man. That's who we dealing with. We're not dealing with an effeminate man. We're not dealing with that, man. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4, and verse 1. "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch."
Right, man. So it says the day cometh which will burn as an oven. This place will be destroyed with fire, man. And the Lord's word is not going to return void, man. And we're going to get that as well. All these things shall come to pass, man. All these things shall come to pass. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 8.
The book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 8. "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her."
This is referring to Babylon, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9. "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of their burning.
Keep reading.
Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come."
For in 1 hour is this place going to be finished, man. In 1 hour. That great city, man, with the powerful military, the dominance over all the world, man. Their consulates, their embassies are everywhere, all over the world, man. The most powerful nation ever is going to be destroyed, man, in 1 hour. In 1 hour, man. Now we're going to finish up, but we got to finish up with everyone's favorite, man, the so-called white man. We got to finish. We got to finish with the so-called white man. All right, let's get it. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 4.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 4. "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, and the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree.
Read on, verse 5.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
So the Lord is going, Idumea is just Greek for Edom, right? Who are the descendants of Esau, which is the so-called white man. So this is recompense. Read verse 8.
Verse 8, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Read verse 9.
And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch.
Come on, and the next verse read, it shall be not quenched, man. It shall not be quenched, right? You know, so I was just thinking, man, this is recompense, man. This is the Lord's recompense, his vengeance, man. The day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy in Zion, man, right? What I find so interesting, man, is that many of our people ain't no real revolutionaries, man. You know, they talk about this being pro-black and so-called black power. Man, that stuff make me sick, man. You know, because at the end of the day, they content with being servants. You know, as long as Esau treats them fair, man. They got Eminem kneeling at the doggone Super Bowl and they think they did something, man. Snoop Dogg crip walking at the Super Bowl. Brothers out here talking about he crip walking on America. He ain't crip walking on no America. He is a doggone pawn, man, for America. He's a puppet. These folks are being used, man.
It's a lot.
Go ahead, Op.
And it teaches our people to always strive for quote unquote the equality. No, we want rulership.
We want to rule. We want to rule, man. We don't want to be equal. We ain't trying to be equal, man. We trying to rule this world, man. And that's what the Lord is promising us, man, if we be faithful. If we be faithful, the Lord is going to grant us rulership, man. Let's get Psalms 137.
Verse 7.
Verse 7 through 8.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
So remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, man. Remember who destroyed the temple, man. Right? Remember who sacrificed swine flesh in the temple, man. Right? Keep reading.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Right, man. So, O daughter of Babylon, man, who ought to be destroyed. Right? And we're going to get a few more and we're going to close on out. Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 14.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Why? Why is that it's going to be no more be said? Because the Lord is going to make his name reign again in the earth, and the world is going to remember these times, man, when the Lord came back and showed his power. Keep reading.
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
We're in the land of the north, right? This is North America. That's where we are. The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Keep reading.
And from all the lands whither he hath driven them. And I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers. So
we're scattered, man. Our people are scattered all over the world, man. We read about that in Deuteronomy 28. You know, you can read about it in James 1:1 and the various other scriptures as well. Keep reading.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
They shall fish them. Keep reading.
And I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
So the Lord is sending out the fishers, man. He's sending out the fishers to fish his people, man, right? To fish his people, to tell them to come back to this word, man. So you can have a fighting chance, man. So you don't experience that wrath in the day of the Lord, man, right? The great and terrible God. This is one of my favorites. I believe Ak brought this out last lesson, man. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6.
The book of Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. Wisdom and knowledge gonna be what's gonna hold us together in these times, man. It's what's gonna strengthen us in hopes that the Lord will come get us, man, and save us from destruction, man, because destruction is coming to this place, whether you understand and believe it or not. Isaiah 55 and verse 10.
Book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 10. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it forth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So
as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and it returneth back. That's called, what is that called? It ain't precipitation, man. What is it, man? The scholars that's on here, man, come on, help me out, brothers. What that's called? When the rain evaporate and then it go back up.
Come back.
Condensation, is that what that is?
Condensation is what is on that glass when something's cold.
Well, whatever it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Precipitation.
I ain't hear you, brother.
I said, you looking for evaporation?
Or precipitation.
Yeah, all that is what this going into. You know what I'm saying? All that. I was looking for another word, but y'all get where I'm coming from. All right. So verse 11.
Verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void.
So this word is not going to return back void, man. It's nothing that you can do to stop this truth, man. The Lord's word is going to go out from his mouth through his prophets, you know, up from old. And we're going to bring it out what they have brought out. Keep reading.
But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it.
So the Lord promised that he's going to come back and get the children of Israel and set them on high in the kingdom. And that's exactly what's going to happen. No, this is not for all people, man. It's not.
That's right. You
can't find that nowhere in this Bible, in the text, man. Nowhere. This Bible and this word and the promises, according to Romans chapter 9, are for the children of Israel, man. And we're going to finish with this right here. Genesis 49 and 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So shoot, that's what we're doing right now, man. We gathering together. We gathering together, we getting this understanding. We're talking about the great and terrible. We're talking about the accounts, right? We're remembering the things that happened to the children of Israel by going into history, and we're rightly dividing the word of truth, man. And we're making ourselves ready for the wedding, to meet the bridegroom, right? So, man, we got to repent. We got to keep the commandments. We got to study, and we got to fear the Lord, which according to Psalms 111 and 10 is keeping the commandments. Revelation 14 and 12, keeping the faith in his son, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the righteous. I yield.
All right.